Welcome, brave souls, to Midnight Whispers. Traverse this realm at your own peril. For within these tales lurk horrors most foul. Tonight's tale may twist the very fabric of your sanity. And a word to the wise, this narrative paints pictures of terror not meant for every eye or ear. Venture ahead if you dare, but remember, you have been warned. The ocean has always whispered to me, its secrets hidden beneath waves of blue and black. My name is Dr. Eliza Hart, a marine biologist drawn to the sea like a moth to a flame. Today, that flame burns brighter and more terrifying than ever. As our vessel, the Cerulean Explorer, hovers over the coordinates of a newly discovered trench, deeper and more enigmatic than any known before. As I stand on the deck, the vastness of the Pacific Ocean surrounds us, a panorama of endless blue. The sun, high above, casts a shimmering pathway across the waves, a stark contrast to the darkness that awaits below. The air tastes of salt and adventure, a combination that has fueled my career. My thoughts drift to my first dive, the awe of the underwater world, and how it felt like discovering another universe. Those early experiences shaped my path, leading me to this moment, on the brink of a potentially groundbreaking discovery. But there's an undercurrent of tension as well. We're not alone in our quest. Dr. Marcus Vale, a figure as notorious as he is accomplished in marine biology, leads a rival expedition on his vessel, the Leviathan. His reputation for recklessness in his hunger for fame and discovery is well known, and it unnerves me. Our paths had crossed years ago, at a conference where his arrogance clashed with my caution, setting the stage for this silent rivalry. The Cerulean Explorer is abuzz with activity as the crew prepares for our descent. I take a moment to observe my team, a group of dedicated scientists who share my passion for the mysteries of the deep. There's Sofia Ramirez, our geologist, her eyes always sparkling with curiosity. James Park, the engineer who can make sense of the most cryptic technical issues. And Lena Kovac, our communications expert, whose steady demeanor keeps us grounded. Each of them has their own story, their own reasons for being drawn to this unforgiving yet fascinating world beneath the waves. We gather in the briefing room, the walls adorned with maps and screens displaying the trench's topography. The atmosphere is electric with anticipation. I brief the team on our objectives: to explore the uncharted depths, to document new species, and perhaps, most importantly, to safely return with our findings. Each face reflects a mix of determination and the unspoken knowledge of the risks ahead. As we suit up and board the submersible, the deep seeker, the reality of our mission sets in. The submersible is a compact, sophisticated vessel, its interior a maze of equipment and screens. The close quarters reinforce the camaraderie among us. We exchange looks of encouragement, understanding the gravity of our journey into the abyss. We're ready for descent, Dr. Hart. Lena's voice is calm, yet I can detect the hint of excitement that mirrors my own. I take my place at the controls, feeling the familiar mix of adrenaline and apprehension. Begin descent, I command, and with a gentle thrum, the deep seeker starts its journey into the abyss. The descent is gradual, the ocean's vibrant upper layers slowly giving way to darker hues. The light from the surface fades, replaced by the eerie glow of our submersible's lights. We watch in awe as the ocean transforms around us from a world of life and color to one of darkness and mystery. As we go deeper, the pressure outside builds, a constant reminder of the immense power of the sea. The submersible creaks softly, adjusting to the depths. We are venturing into a realm few have seen, a place where sunlight is a stranger, and the very concept of time seems to warp. The trench looms before us, a vast chasm in the Earth's crust. It's a sight both magnificent and terrifying. The darkness below is not just a physical absence of light. It feels like a presence, a weight that presses against the deep seeker as we continue our descent into the heart of the ocean. Our descent continues, the deep seeker slicing through the water with a quiet determination. I watch the depth gauge steadily climb, each meter taking us further from the world we know. Around us, the ocean is a canvas of shifting shadows and faint light, a realm where few dare to venture. As we approach the designated depth of the trench, the sonar picks up another structure. It's not part of the natural landscape, but something man-made, something vast. The realization hits me with a mix of awe and resentment. This is Dr. Vale's doing. "There it is," Sophia murmurs, her voice tinged with a mix of admiration and envy. Vale's undersea habitation, the Abyssal Citadel. The structure emerges from the darkness like a behemoth of the deep. The Abyssal Citadel is a testament to Dr. Vale's ambition and the vast resources at his disposal. Funded by private investors and equipped with the latest technology, it's a sprawling complex designed for extended underwater research. Its glowing lights and massive viewing ports stand in stark contrast to the darkness of the trench. I can't help but feel a twinge of jealousy. Our own expedition, though scientifically significant, pales in comparison to the scale and sophistication of Vale's operation. Our research vessel and submersible are top of the line, but they're nothing compared to the permanent presence Vale has established here at the bottom of the ocean. Lena breaks the silence, her voice a mix of pragmatism and reassurance. "We have our mission, Eliza. Let's not get sidetracked by Vale's show of wealth." She's right, of course. We're here to explore and discover, not to compete with Vale's deep pockets. But the presence of the Abyssal Citadel is a constant reminder of the different worlds we inhabit, even here in the depths of the ocean. As we maneuver the deep seeker closer to the trench, I notice activity around the Abyssal Citadel. Submersibles, much like our own, but bearing Vale's insignia, are departing and arriving. It's clear that Vale is already deep into his exploration. We'll set our course along the eastern ridge of the trench, I decide, steering the deep seeker away from Vale's hub of activity. There's plenty to discover there. The team nods in agreement, each member returning to their tasks. James monitors the submersible systems, ensuring our safe passage, while Sophia prepares the geological equipment for sampling the trench's unique formations. As we begin our exploration, I can't shake off the image of the Abyssal Citadel lurking in the darkness. Vale's presence here is more than just a professional annoyance. It's a shadow over our expedition, a looming specter of rivalry and unchecked ambition. And yet, the mysteries of the trench call to us, promising discoveries beyond our wildest dreams. With a sense of renewed purpose, we delve into the uncharted depths, ready to uncover the secrets hidden in the heart of the ocean. The deep seeker glides along the eastern ridge of the trench, the ocean floor, a landscape of shadows and alien terrain. The darkness is all-encompassing, a void where even the most intrepid rays of light cannot reach. Our submersible's beams cut through the gloom, revealing the secrets of this submerged world. As we explore, the sonar picks up unusual readings. "There's something out there," James says, his voice laced with intrigue. Moving towards us. I lean forward, peering into the abyss beyond the porthole. At first, there's nothing but darkness. Then, slowly, shapes begin to emerge from the gloom. Creatures, unlike any we've cataloged before, their bodies glowing with a soft, otherworldly light. The creatures are mesmerizing. They move with an eerie grace, their bioluminescent forms casting ghostly trails in the water. Their appearance is both beautiful and unsettling, evoking a sense of wonder and a primal fear of the unknown. "These are no ordinary deep-sea creatures," Sophia whispers, her eyes wide with fascination. "Look at their movements, their awareness of us. It's almost like they're sentient." The notion sends a shiver down my spine. Sentience in the deep ocean, a realm where life exists on the very edges of possibility, challenges everything we know about marine biology. As we continue our journey, the creatures seem to accompany us, a silent escort in the depths. The trench reveals more of its secrets, and soon, the sonar reveals something even more astonishing. "There's a structure up ahead," Lena announces, her voice tinged with disbelief. "It's massive, and it's definitely not natural." The structure emerges from the darkness, a ruin of impossible geometry and ancient design. The sight of it is breathtaking and unnerving. It's a complex of buildings and archways, their shapes and angles defying conventional architecture. "We found something extraordinary," I say, my voice barely a whisper. "This is more than a geological discovery. It's archaeological. The ruins are covered in strange inscriptions, symbols that hint at a language long lost to the sea. The realization that we might have stumbled upon an ancient, perhaps even alien civilization is overwhelming. As we navigate through the ruins, the bioluminescent creatures continue to follow us, their presence adding to the surreal atmosphere. The ruins feel alive, imbued with a history and a presence that transcends time. Dr. Vale and his abyssal citadel seem a world away as we delve deeper into the mystery of the ruins. Here, in the heart of the trench, we are explorers on the cusp of a monumental discovery, one that could redefine our understanding of life and history on our planet. But with this discovery comes a sense of foreboding. The ruins hold secrets, secrets that have lain dormant in the deep for eons. And as we venture further, I can't help but wonder if some secrets are meant to remain hidden in the abyss. The deep seeker cautiously maneuvers through the surreal landscape of the underwater ruins. The alien architecture surrounding us is both majestic and foreboding, with structures that defy earthly geometry. Massive arches bend in impossible angles, and towering edifices adorned with strange, glowing runes seem to pulse with an otherworldly life. The craftsmanship, it's unlike anything I've ever seen, Sophia says, her voice filled with awe. It's as if these structures were shaped by the very currents of the ocean, or by the hands of creatures not of our world. The bioluminescent creatures that have been trailing us now appear more animated, weaving between the colossal structures as if they are part of this ancient city. Their eerie glow casts dancing shadows on the ruins, enhancing the otherworldly atmosphere of this submerged metropolis. As we delve deeper into the heart of the ruins, we come across a central chamber. Dominating this space is a towering idol, an unsettling fusion of marine and celestial motifs, its tentacled visage seeming to stare into our very souls. The idol emits a low, resonant hum, a sound that fills the chamber and reverberates within our minds. It's not just a sound, it's a whisper in a language that feels ancient and alien, yet strikes a chord deep within us. That sound, it's getting inside my head, James confesses, his face pale in the artificial light of the submersible. We're about to retreat when our radio crackles to life, cutting through the haunting atmosphere. This is the Abyssal Citadel. We are in need of immediate assistance. Something has happened. Dr. Vale, please anyone respond. The distress call, coming from Vale's underwater habitat stationed halfway down the trench, snaps us back to reality. Despite our uneasy rivalry, they are in danger, and it's our duty to help. We have to go to them, I declare, my decision firm. Whatever's happening at the Abyssal Citadel, they need our help. As we turn the deep seeker around, leaving the haunting idol and its whispers behind, the sense of foreboding intensifies. The ruins, with their alien beauty and mystery, now feel like a warning, a sign that some secrets of the deep are perilous to unearth. The creatures escort us out of the ruins, their bioluminescent glow a beacon in the oppressive darkness. As we make our way toward the Abyssal Citadel, I can't help but feel that we are heading into a situation far more dangerous than any of us could have imagined. The Abyssal Citadel awaits us, a beacon of human achievement amidst the alien landscape of the trench. But the distress call has cast a shadow over its presence, transforming it from a symbol of scientific progress to a harbinger of unknown horrors. As we approach the habitat, the gravity of our mission weighs heavily on us. We're not just explorers of the deep now. We're potential rescuers, about to confront whatever nightmare has unfolded at the Abyssal Citadel. The deep seeker comes to a rest with a jarring clunk against the docking clamps of the Abyssal Citadel. The habitat, once a symbol of human ingenuity and the spirit of exploration, now feels like a mausoleum lying in the dark heart of the ocean. Its external lights flicker, casting eerie, dancing shadows on the submersible's interior. We're docked, I announce in a hushed tone, trying to mask the unease in my voice. Stay sharp, everyone. We don't know what we're walking into. The airlock hisses open, revealing the dimly lit corridor of the habitat. The usual hum of machinery is eerily absent, replaced by a silence that feels thick, almost suffocating. The walls, usually pristine and sterile, are now scrawled with bioluminescent symbols that pulse rhythmically, as if breathing. Stepping inside, the air feels stagnant, heavy with a sense of unspoken dread. Lena, normally unflappable, clutches her equipment a little tighter, her eyes scanning the shadows. Sophia and James follow closely, their expressions a mixture of fear and scientific curiosity. As we move towards the main research lab, the corridor seems to stretch on interminably, the habitat itself warping around us. The door to the lab hangs ajar, a sliver of light revealing a scene of utter disarray. Inside, the chaos is overwhelming. Papers flutter in the still air. Glassware is shattered across the floor, and the sophisticated equipment is in disrepair. Amidst the wreckage, the crew of the Abyssal Citadel is scattered. They are no longer the colleagues and fellow scientists we once knew. They are husks of their former selves, consumed by madness. Some rock back and forth, whispering incoherently, their voices a discordant melody of despair. Others are fixated on the walls, their fingers bloodied as they etch unfamiliar, sinuous symbols into the metal with manic fervor. One woman turns towards us suddenly, her eyes wide and unseeing. Her mouth opens unnaturally wide, as if unhinged, emitting a guttural, otherworldly sound that reverberates through the lab. It's a sound that speaks of ancient depths and forgotten horrors, a vocalization no human throat should be able to produce. We need to find the source of this, I say quietly, my heart racing. This isn't just madness, it's something far more unnatural. The atmosphere is oppressive, each step forward an effort against an unseen force. The air itself seems to whisper with the voices of the deep, a chorus of the abyss that beckons and repels in equal measure. As we leave the lab, the corridor twists before us, the habitat structure no longer conforming to the laws of architecture and reason. The bioluminescent markings pulse more rapidly, as if excited by our presence, guiding us deeper into the heart of the Abyssal Citadel. The deeper we go, the more the horror unfolds. The crew's transformation is not just of the mind, but of the body. We glimpse figures in the shadows, their forms distorted and elongated, a grotesque parody of the human shape. Our mission has changed. No longer are we here merely to explore. We are here to uncover the truth of this abyssal nightmare, to confront whatever eldritch horror has taken hold of the Abyssal Citadel. The deeper we venture into the Abyssal Citadel, the more the boundaries of reality seem to warp and fray. The corridor walls undulate subtly, as if breathing, and the bioluminescent glyphs glow more intensely, casting an otherworldly light. Stay close, I remind my team, my voice barely above a whisper. The air is thick with a palpable sense of dread. Each step forward, an act of defiance against the creeping madness around us. We reach what was once the crew quarters, now transformed into a den of horrors. The transformation of the habitat's crew is complete here. They are barely recognizable as human. Their bodies have twisted and contorted into grotesque, aquatic aberrations. Limbs have elongated into tentacled appendages. Skin has turned translucent and slick, and eyes have mutated into black, unblinking orbs. Sophia gasps as one of the creatures emerges from the shadows. Its movements a disturbing blend of human and something else. "My God, what has happened to them?" she murmurs. Before we can react, the creature lunges, its tentacles whipping through the air with frightening speed. James acts instinctively, pushing Sophia out of the way, but is ensnared by the creature's appendages. His scream is cut short as he's dragged into the darkness, his flashlight spinning to the floor. The loss of James hits us like a physical blow, but there's no time to mourn. More creatures stir in the shadows, drawn by the commotion. We retreat, stumbling through the twisting corridors, the sounds of our lost teammate echoing in our ears. The Habitat's command center offers temporary refuge, the door holding back the monstrosities we've left behind. Lena leans against the wall, her breaths coming in ragged gasps. "We can't just leave him," she pleads, her eyes haunted. I know it's too late for James, but I can't bring myself to voice it. Instead, I focus on the task at hand. We need to find the source of this transformation. It's the only way to stop it. The command center is in disarray, screens flickering with static. But one thing catches my eye. A live feed from the central chamber of the Habitat, amidst a tangle of cables and machinery, is the source of this nightmare. An idol, similar to the one we found in the ruins, pulsating with a sinister energy. It's that thing. It's causing all of this, Sophia says, her voice a mix of fear and resolve. We know what we have to do. The idol must be destroyed. It's our only chance to stop the spread of this madness, to prevent whatever ancient, cosmic horror it's summoning from fully awakening. The charges came from an emergency demolition kit located within the Abyssal Citadel. Let's include the team's process of acquiring these charges in Chapter 7, Part 1, to provide more context and add to the narrative's realism and tension. "We need explosives," Lena says, her voice cutting through our despair. There should be an emergency demolition kit in the maintenance section. It's designed for extreme structural failures. The maintenance section is 2 levels down, a journey that feels insurmountable in our current state. But the determination to end this horror propels us forward. As we navigate through the once familiar corridors, now twisted into a grotesque parody of their former selves, the air grows thicker and stifling. The walls seem to pulse with a life of their own, the bioluminescent markings glowing ominously. We reach the maintenance section, but our relief is short-lived. The door is sealed shut, and the electronic lock system is unresponsive. Sophia, ever resourceful, rummages through her tools. "I can bypass the lock," she says, her hands working deftly on the panel. The door hisses open, revealing a room untouched by the chaos outside. The emergency demolition kit is mounted on the wall, a red box that holds our last hope. Inside, we find the charges compact but powerful enough to do the job. We need to place these directly at the idol's base, I instruct, examining the charges. It's going to be dangerous. Once we set these off, there's no telling how the Habitat will react. Armed with the explosives, we make our way back towards the central chamber. The journey back is a descent into madness. The transformed crew members lurking in the shadows, their inhuman cries, a constant reminder of the urgency of our mission. As the door to the central chamber creaks open, a wave of cold, stagnant air hits us. The room is dimly lit, the only light emanating from the sinister glow of the idol. Its malevolent presence fills the chamber, casting elongated, twisted shadows on the walls. Dr. Vale, or what he's become, stands before the idol like a twisted priest before an altar. His body is a horrifying amalgamation of human and cephalopod, his flesh translucent and pulsating. His eyes, now dark voids, fix on us with a malevolent intelligence. Around him, the remnants of his crew have undergone similar grotesque transformations. They move with an eerie synchronicity, their bodies contorting in ways that defy nature. Some drag themselves across the floor with tentacled limbs, while others crawl along the walls and ceiling, their eyes glowing in the dark. "We need to move quickly," I whisper to Sophia and Lena. Our breathing is heavy, the air thick with the scent of brine and decay. As we begin to set the charges around the base of the idol, the transformed crew starts to close in. Their movements are jerky, unnatural, as if they are puppets being controlled by an unseen force. The first of the creatures reaches us, its tentacles lashing out with surprising speed. Lena reacts instinctively, swinging her fire extinguisher with all her might. The creature recoils, letting out a gurgling screech, but more are coming, their screeches building into a cacophonous symphony. Sophia works furiously to set the charges, her hands trembling. "Almost there," she pants, her focus unwavering despite the chaos around us. I stand guard, fending off the creatures with a heavy pipe. Each strike feels like a blow against the encroaching madness, a desperate attempt to hold back the tide of horror that Vale has unleashed. As the last charge is set, a larger, more monstrous figure emerges from the horde. It's Vale, his form now barely recognizable as human. He moves towards us, his tentacles writhing with a life of their own, his voice a guttural echo from the depths of the abyss. "You cannot stop the awakening," he intones, his words distorted and chilling. "We can, and we will," I shout back, determination stealing my voice. The fight intensifies, the creatures swarming us. Sophia and Lena battle valiantly, their weapons swinging in arcs of desperation and defiance. But the creatures are relentless, their numbers overwhelming. With a heavy heart, I realize our only option. "Get back to the submersible," I yell over the din of battle. "I'll cover you and detonate the charges." Lena and Sophia hesitate, their eyes filled with a mix of fear and resolve. "Go!" I urge them, pushing them towards the exit. As they retreat, I turn back to face the horde, the pipe in my hands a meager defense against the nightmare before me. With every swing, I fend off the creatures, my eyes fixed on the idol, the source of this madness. The chamber shakes violently, a sign that the habitat structure is failing. Time is running out. With one last look at my retreating team members, I press the detonator. A blinding explosion tears through the chamber, engulfing the idol and the horde in a burst of eldritch energy. The force of the blast knocks me off my feet, the world fading to black as the sounds of collapsing metal and rushing water fill my ears. In the aftermath of the explosion, a sudden jolt of consciousness wrenches me from the void. My eyes flutter open to a realm beyond comprehension, a vast expanse that stretches endlessly, filled with water as far as the eye can see. I am adrift in this alien ocean, its waters dark and unfathomably deep. The sky above a swirl of haunting colors that have no place in the earthly spectrum. The cold is immediate and biting, seeping into my bones, a constant reminder of this place's surreal and unnatural nature. I cannot tell if I am dead or alive. This world is too real to be a hallucination, yet too alien to be part of the living earth I once knew. Floating in this boundless ocean, the memories of the explosion at the abyssal citadel return in fragmented bursts. The idol, that insidious artifact encrusted with ancient symbols and imbued with eldritch energy, looms large in my recollections. It was the catalyst, the epicenter of the cataclysm that tore apart reality and brought me to this unfathomable place. Around me, creatures of nightmare and marvel glide through the water. They move with a grace that contradicts their monstrous forms. Some colossal, dwarfing Earth's largest ocean dwellers, while others are ethereal, their translucent bodies drifting elegantly in the watery abyss. The landscape is a surreal collage of underwater wonders, towering spires of luminescent rock, vast chasms descending into unfathomable darkness, and forests of alien flora that pulse with an eerie light. Amidst this bizarre panorama, fragments of the idol, now shattered and scattered, throb with a malevolent glow, a constant reminder of my journey's origin and the force that thrust me into this alien world. My attempts to make sense of this place are futile, my voice dissolving into the vastness of the water. The realization dawns that I am breathing, speaking, existing in a realm where such things should be impossible. Am I a living being in a foreign sea, or a spectral presence in a post-mortem dreamscape? The water teems with unseen dangers, predators with gleaming eyes, and malevolent intent lurking in the shadows. Each ripple, each movement could herald a threat in this uncharted aquatic world. Here, the concepts of life and death are ambiguous. Time a malleable construct that stretches and compresses in incomprehensible ways. I am adrift in an endless present, a perpetual moment where history and the future meld into irrelevance. As I drift into this endless ocean, my predicament crystallizes. I am caught in a liminal space, a nexus where the boundaries of life and death fade into obscurity. It is a domain of perpetual twilight, a watery expanse filled with wonders and horrors that defy human imagination. In this vast, alien sea, I am a wanderer on the brink of existence, my very being a paradox. This place is a realm of infinite possibilities and eternal fears, where the only certainty is the boundless expanse of water that stretches to infinity, and the lingering, ominous presence of the shattered idol, a beacon of my unintended voyage beyond the veil of reality. And so, another tale from the depths of night concludes. But remember, dear listeners, in the realm of midnight whispers, the echoes of our stories never truly fade. If tonight's tale left you hungering for more, explore our anthology of horrors. For those brave enough, delve into our previous stories and discover what lurks in the shadows. Before you venture back into the safety of daylight, remember to like this video if it sent shivers down your spine. Subscribe and ring the bell, so the whispers of the midnight hour always find their way to you. And should you dare, leave your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. We revel in knowing which parts of our tales resonate with your darkest curiosities. Until next time, keep listening to the whispers, for they have many tales to tell.